It's time to introduce some equivalence into our lives. Welcome to another episode of Vaygrim's Chance. Now, as some of you might have noticed, this past Friday, there was a bit of radio silence on the channel across the whole weekend. Well, it was my birthday, so I took the weekend off. Friday was actually my birthday, literally. And it was glorious. Spent a lot of time with my lovely wife, and we had some great fun. Now, normally on Monday nights, normally on and off. I say normally, but on and off, I do live streams. There will not be a live stream tonight, Monday night, because I have tickets to go see the Broadway production of Frankenstein, starring Benedict Cumberbatch. It was a gift from my wife, so I will be busy this evening. There is a world download today because I did not do one on Friday. After this episode, the world download will be updated. Now, I want to make sure and let you guys know that I am on version 1.03 of the pack now, and it is available on Technic and the AT Launcher, which is glorious. So, Technic and AT Launcher both have the Vaygrim's Chance mod pack. We're up to version 1.03. That is pretty stable, very up to date. A lot of the bugs from things like Project E have been squashed. It still has some quirks, but it's actually very usable nowadays. And, yeah, just all in all, it is a wondrous thing. So version 103 is what we're going to be on now for the actual world download. If you download it with an older version of the mod pack, strange things might happen. So make sure and remember that. That being noted, what I'm actually going to be doing now is I will actually have the version number of the mod pack we're using in the file name for the world download. So it'll be nice and simple. When you glance, you'll know what version of the pack you're supposed to be on. And we'll keep it like that. World download will include this episode. So after this episode is done recording, I'm going to zip up the world and post it up and then go to editing this video so I can get it posted on Monday. Let's see. I was looking for something and I can't remember what it was. Chest? Do I have any chests? Spare chest? I have a chest. Let's grab a chest. We are going to get some equivalency into our lives. Equivalent exchange. Basically, what I actually want to do, you know what, actually, I'm going to just grab... I'm going to grab some logs. I know I will need logs. First thing I want to make is an alchemical chest. I already have some of that stuff. I need 2 smooth stone. I need 2... Whoa. No, 2. Iron. And I need 1 diamond. Please give me all of the things. 1 diamond. Thank you. I'm going to... Oh, I have smooth stone in here. And I think... Let's see if easy crafting. I think easy crafting... Yep, it does. So I have an alchemical chest. Now, I already have an alchemical chest. I turned into an energy condenser for last episode. So why am I making another one? Well, actually, you know what? Right here. This, you'll notice the differences. It's subtle, but there are differences. This alchemical chest from now on is the equipment box. All of my personal gear will go in here. Gear, armor, everything. So, anytime you download the world from version 1.3 on, I will be putting my gear in here. Second floor of the workshop. I can even stick a little sign on the front that says Gearbox to remind us. Do I have any signs? I don't. Do I have any signs here? I do. Hey. Weird. Okay. The Gearbox. Dum-da-dum. All of my stuff will be put in here after every world download. This is where you're going to look. Almost stuff that I walk around with. Now, my Dawnecraft research is still over there in that building. All of my blood magic stuff is still down there. So, keep note of that. Okay. Oh gosh, it's dark already. Whoops. Let's have a quick sleep. And then we're going to move on. I am going to have to make, I think, excuse me, another. No, that's a Mark II. I want a Mark I. Oh, no, no, no. I need a furnace, some glowstone, 9 diamonds, 6 glowstone. Do I have a furnace? A spare furnace? Sitting around? Ha! Yeah, I do. Okay. Whoops, wrong chest. Okay. So, I'm going to do this old school style. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. Glass block. I need just one of those, please. I am going to make a very controversial thing in a controversial mod. Basically, it's an energy collector. Now, here's what you do with energy collectors. Right? It's got solar. One of the reasons why I made the workshop. It's got direct solar access straight up through these if I inset things into this little window here. Well, this thing, you'll see right here, it's lit up if it has sunlight, and it's building up power. This is actually EMC for free from solar power. What this means is that this will be running this constantly. I'm going to show you what this does, right? And get this. That was the spare backstock of power, and this is about how quick it's generating 1 point of EMC. I think that's 1 EMC per tick. I'm not sure. It's not screamingly fast, but when you've got something that only has 32 EMC, of course, that's pretty simple. If we requested something like, say, a grass block. Come here, little grass block. This only has an EMC of 1. Yeah, you see? It's a block. I think a block a tick. I'm guessing. I'm not sure. It's a block faster than I can count a second. I'll go off of that. So, this means this is where EMC, this is where Equivalent Exchange 2 and Project E really kicked into the controversial bounds. This is where things got, quote unquote, dangerous. Basically, this thing is generating power from solar. It's generating EMC from solar power, and that's where people thought, okay, you're getting stuff for free. And that is kind of true. I will agree with that. Let's put half of those away. That is kind of controversial, and I will tell you that while you should be free to abuse this and make use of it as much as you want to, I am going to try and limit what I do with this. I'm going to put out a mod guide that will show the more in-depth tactics and strategies for Project E, but in this particular instance, I think it's actually going to be better for the series if I just don't do this too much. Now, this is building up a backstock of power. It only holds so much. I think it's 10,000 EMC or something. I can't remember. 8,000, 10,000. I seem to remember it roughly being a diamond. But anyway. So, and that's going to take a while. Yes, I could get a diamond for free, but that's going to take a long time, and it only runs during the day. Now, here's the thing. I could put a block of glowstone right there and have it run all the time, but it's a single-player world. I can sleep when I want to. So, no big deal. Okay. So, we've got that, and this definitely has its uses. There's also something else that I want to make somewhere. Ah, there it is. Transmutation table. Okay. I need 4 stone, which I know I have here. I have 4 obsidian. And I'm trying to remember if I've made I have not. So I also need to make a Philosopher's Stone. This thing does a lot, if you notice. Look. It acts like a wrench for Project E blocks. It actually lets you left-click and change the orientation of blocks, which is cool. It has a crafting grid on it, and it has other properties. I need... Okay. For those. Low. For those. And one of those. Going to go over to the old-fashioned crafting table here. I never can remember, and I usually get it wrong. Oh, hey, there we go. Okay, the Philosopher's Stone. Hooray! Now, hit C, and you get a crafting grid. Works just like a crafting grid. Here's the weird part, though. You can pull out the thing that you're using as the crafting grid and include it in a recipe. Transmutation tablet. You will also note that there is an energy meter. V charges that up. That's why I've had to rebind my backpack key to B to open my backpack. B for backpack, V for very neat. I don't know. So I'm going to go over here. Whoa. If you do Shift V, you'll drop that meter down a step. I still have no bridge here. I need to work on that. Okay. You see this? Right click, it's cobblestone. Right click, it's grass blocks. If I do Shift right click, it turns into sand, which is bad. So I'm going to turn it back into grass block, and whoa. So this is why this thing is kind of dangerous. Let's pick this stuff back up real quick. And fill the hole back in. So if I do right-click, cobblestone, shift right-click, smooth stone, and then right-click back to grass. You have to fiddle with it, but don't fiddle with it anywhere that's important. And V, by the way, if you do shift V, that's one square. V, V again, and then V one more time. This covers a big area. But basically what it's doing, it is cycling between every block, vanilla block, that has one EMC value. Grass blocks, dirt blocks, cobblestone, smooth stone, sand, all have an EMC value of 1, and it just cycles between them based upon right-click or shift right-click. That's it. I'm going to drop this thing down to a 1-block square. It's safer that way. Whew, almost missed it. That's a close jump if I don't use my glider. So there's one more thing that we can actually do with this. But I can't do that until I get some dark matter, and dark matter is another complication entirely. Now, I want this somewhere usable, I think. That is still accessible, but yeah, I'll leave that there. So the gearbox is still openable. You just got to aim for that slot right there. I don't know. I'll leave it there for now. So the transmutation table, what does it do? Well, you can show it things, and it will say it learned. And what that means is it has learned the EMC value and statistics for that object. So now, if we go get, let's get, oh gosh. One of those, one of those, one of those, one of those. Let's get some other different kinds of wood. Some other different logs, maybe gravel. By the way, you notice that you can't change with the Philosopher's Stone. You can do stone, grass block, dirt. You can do cobblestone, sand. All EMC values of 1. Can't do gravel because it's an EMC value of 4. Okay, you get all of this stuff. What you can do, EMC value of stone, right? It learned it. You notice this thing down here, EMC value of 0. You have this slot that looks like a furnace fuel slot. EMC value of 1. So if I go over here, this is NEI synchronized. This is what a lot of people don't realize. It's looking at what is currently showing on NEI, that it can actually make with what it knows. If I put dirt in here, it knows learned. I can actually put that in there. Let's put, cobblestone gets added, EMC3. Now here's the thing. Let's go sand. I can make sand all of a sudden. EMC value of 4. Now, gravel has an EMC of 4, but hasn't learned it yet, which means now, suddenly, I could make 1 gravel, or I could make 4 sand. Now, if I want to, I can get 1 dirt out, put this here, and it will lock in dirt, only dirt, right here at the top. It's like a focus thing. We could put in grass block. I can make grass block from EMC now. We did gravel. Let's see. Let's put in oak log. Jungle logs now. Jungle logs. Which means now let's do one of those. Let's say I'm going to get 1 of my wood logs. Pull out 1 jungle log. I've just converted from oak to jungle. Nice and simple. And it's looking at this NEI page over here for tips, which means basically right now, if I feed it all of this stuff, I've got 200 EMC to work with. That is, let's see if I can do, there's 1 stack, shift left click, 2 stacks, 3 stacks and a bit of grass block that I didn't have before. Learned, burn it, learned, burn it, learned, burn it. So yeah, now I have this little repository, an EMC bank. Now anybody that was playing in 1.02 and messed with this might have realized that EMC numbers would reset sometimes in the transmutation table when you had the chunk unload or when the game saved and you exited. That was a problem. Well, that got patched in 1.03. That's why I'm playing on 1.03 now. It's because I want to mess with Project E quite a bit. So you'll notice now we have a nice selection of things that we can get for this value or less. I could do EMC value of 32 and get some more oak. Maybe I need more jungle wood. So I just converted everything that I put in there into 7 jungle logs and 1 grass block. Easy. I'm just going to put that in there for the time being. It's really cool. I really do love it. This thing does not have an it does have an EMC value of 6,228. So there's something you can think about. A lot of your old, almost busted tools will have a decaying EMC value based upon how much repair is still left on them. Now, here's the thing. There are some tools that you will have that have no EMC value. That is probably because they are old and busted mechanism equipment. Last stand. Actually, I want to keep that. I'm going to keep that. Power 2. No, you can't repair bows. That one's pretty much useless. Don't think you can repair that, but it's a last stand is a really neat thing. Diamond EMC, diamond horse armor. I never messed with horses. This is a great reason to pick up diamond armor or horse armor now because it's free EMC, especially diamond horse armor. Yes. So now, just toss this stuff in there. I have 10,000 EMC. What's 10,000 EMC? Well, we can get, let's do one of those. Page over. Whoops. Yeah. So now what we can do is teach it. It's learned diamonds. It's learned redstone. And you're noticing the highest value stuff that I could pull out is here. And then it slowly gets lower and lower as it gets to the bottom of this circle. EMC value of 6 for a stone sword. Great. So now I can pull out all that stuff I liquidated. That's 1 extra diamond. Actually, And that is 28. I already had one of those. 28 extra redstone. And I still have a little bit left over, which is very cool. I really do like this. You can basically get things that you have a glut, an excess of, and transmute it into something else. Now, yes, this does mean that I could get my cobble generator. My cobble gen chest was right there. But I moved it down here. There it is. This is however many stacks of 64 EMC per stack. But I think that's kind of a cheesy way to do it. Yes, you can do it. And I'm not against anybody doing that. I just don't like that myself on servers, especially because cobble generators and what are called EMC machines can add to lag. They can if you're not careful. So it's kind of naughty to run them constantly. You could run them for a little bit when you need something. I like this setup better. This is free power. 3043 EMC. For giggles. See, it's just pulling out that 3000. I'm just condensing backpacks. I mean sleeping bags. I don't know why you would do that, but you can definitely do that. So, yeah. Those will stay in there and they will get eaten the next thing I make. I prefer this method. Making it from solar power. That's me. This is very cool. The transmutation table. Now, there's an upgrade for this later that lets me turn it into a portable tablet that you can actually keep on your hotbar, which means when you're out mining, you can get all your stacks of cobblestone and liquidate it into EMC on your handheld tablet, which is very cool. Where's Project E? There it is. We've upgraded any eye in the latest version of the pack, and it seems a little less wonky. Okay, this is another thing that I want to make. I think this is cool. Some people think it's kind of cheesy. We'll see. An EMC repair talisman. Now I need paper. I just need one of those. String. I need two of those. There's the paper. There's the string. And then I need two of each of my covalence dust. What was that? A woven cloth, Pam's Harvest Craft. I forgot about that. So it always is a recipe. I always have to remember. It goes left to right on the top, and then right to left on the bottom. Medium. Repair talisman. So here's how this thing will work, right? Slowly but surely it is going to repair tools. Oh, it is working. This must have been in an update. It works on the durability of Dark Pick. That's already at max. You notice the durability? 421, 22, 14, 23. It is repairing my tools automatically. It is even repairing the armor I'm wearing just because it's sitting in my inventory. That is really cool. I really do like this, which means now, as long as this thing's in my inventory somewhere, I actually can auto-repair my equipment. Now, here's the thing that I like to do better. If you put this in an alchemical chest, it doesn't work in any other chest, only the alchemical chest, I can get all of my stuff, take it all off, and it will all actually repair automatically. Now, this also means that if I pull out my dark axe, I pull out my trusty Silk Touch Diamond pick and my Silk Touch Diamond shovel. I mean, Peridot shovel. All of that stuff will slowly tick up and slowly repair. You see, that's still repairing. That is repairing now. That is repairing. And that is repairing. So now, when we get ready for the next episode, when you get the world download, all of this stuff will be in here waiting for you and getting repaired, which is going to be awesome. It's going to be right here, the gearbox. Now, also, don't forget, if you grab my sword and come over here, you do a shift right click right about here, you'll pop down into the blood altar area. This is where blood magic is. And right down here, you can start messing with some of the actual things that I've been doing. I have a tier 3 self self-sacrifice altar. Already set up, already tricked out. It's got all self-sacrifice runes, which means it'll be really easy for you to do things with. That, maybe a few regeneration potions, and we can get into some other stuff. Now, here's one of the reasons why I wanted to start getting into Project E. Project E has a ring somewhere. I always got to find it. Ah, Swift Wolf's Rending Gale. This is a flight ring, but we're going to have to make something called dark matter. I'm going to handle that in next episode. We're going to tackle that on Wednesday. I'm going to kick this off. It's going to take a while, but I'm going to kick this off, and I'll show you how I will be making dark matter. But that is something... Yeah, it's going to take a little while to make this, but basically 4 dark matter, 4 feathers, and just an iron band, which is basically just iron ingots around a bucket of lava. And that ring lets you fly, but it burns EMC as a power source to do it. So you have to make these things called Klein stars. You start off with the Klein star Ein. And we have to make Mobius fuel. So there's basically a progression, and we're going to get into that next episode. We're going to make a Klein star, see if we can start making dark matter, and then we can actually make ourselves a flight ring. We just have to make sure we have to keep a battery of EMC around. That's what the Klein star is, that it will actually use from. But it'll let us fly. It'll let us more easily finish the Mage's Tower, and we can start touching off the bottom of these islands. So... Hi, Rorax. Hello, Raz. And I think you can actually see, there's Vex right there. Vexitos. And Ace. Greylock is hiding right over there. Oh, yeah, and there's Hunter. I got some really great suggestions, by the way, on the market. You guys are really giving some great comments on different styles of buildings, and you've been convincing me. I'm not going to do one unified architecture. I'm going to do a mixed culture market, because I think that makes sense. Marketplaces in a lot of older cities were cultural gathering points for different subcultures and different nations. So I'm going to have probably one building that's going to have more kind of a desert kind of sandstone architecture to it. I'm going to have another one that's probably going to be closer to like European, maybe French or something like that. Architecture, have a couple of different styles of buildings to work from, and you're giving some great suggestions. You really are. So I'm actually going to do a mixed culture marketplace. So keep your suggestions coming. I could end up using all of them. Until next time, this is Vaygrim. Thank you very much for swinging by. I really do appreciate you stopping by here in Vaygrim's Chance. Remember, world download in the episode below. This is Vaygrim signing off. I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.